Hello, the following is a video review of the 2-in-1 remote for DEA. This remote is fully compatible with the original DEA remotes and receivers. The 2-in-1 remote supports both rolling and fixed DEA codes. It means that it can emulate the original DEA fixed and rolling codes, and you can easily switch between the two. Later in the video, we're going to show you how to switch from rolling code emulation mode to fixed code emulation mode, and vice versa. In addition to emulation mode, the 2-in-1 remote also has a copying function. In copying mode, the 2-in-1 remote for DEA can copy the original DEA remote, which was previously paired with the receiver. The 2-in-1 copy will not require pairing with the receiver and will work right away. There are some specific requirements to copying fixed and rolling DEA codes. It will depend on the settings of the receiver. If the receiver and the compatible original remotes are encrypted with a fixed code, the copying of such original remotes will be easy. The DEA receivers can be programmed to receive rolling codes, but without verifying the rolling part of the code. In this case, the original DEA remotes can also be copied without any issues. The 2-in-1 copies will not interfere with the original remotes. If, however, the receiver has been programmed to receive the original DEA remotes with the HCS rolling code, the 2-in-1 copy will have to be synchronized with the original DEA remote at all times. The 2-in-1 remote for DEA will copy any original remotes with both rolling and fixed codes, but the way the copy will work will depend on the settings of the DEA receiver. Let us demonstrate how to switch the 2-in-1 remote for DEA to rolling code emulation mode for pairing with the receiver nominally. Simultaneously press and hold A, B, and D. Release the buttons after the flash. Now the remote generates the rolling DEA code. We can see that the buttons of the 2-in-1 remote emulate the buttons of the original DEA remote. Let's try pairing our remote with the receiver. Press the Learn Code button on the receiver, then press the Activation button on the 2-in-1 remote. Now we need to wait for about 10 seconds until the receiver exits the Learn Code mode. The light indication stopped. We can now check the result. The remote has been successfully paired with the receiver. Now let's see how to switch the remote to fixed code generation. Simultaneously press and hold A, B, and D until you see the flash. After the flash, release B and D and continue to hold down A. Press button B once. 3 flashes means that the remote has been switched to fixed code emulation mode. Now it can be paired with the receiver nominally. Now I would like to show you how to copy the original DEA remote to our 2-in-1 remote for DEA. We're going to copy a rolling code. This time the receiver is in the HCS rolling code mode. None of the remotes is paired with the receiver, and we're going to pair only the original remote. To do that, press the Learn Code button on the receiver, then press and hold the Activation button on the remote until this flash appears. Now we'll need to wait for 10 seconds until the receiver exits the Learn Code mode. Let's check. The remote has been paired. Now let's copy the original DEA remote to our 2-in-1 remote. Simultaneously press A, B, and D, then quickly release B and D while continuing to hold down A. Place the 2-in-1 remote back to back with the original DEA remote. Press and hold the Activation button on the DEA remote. The 2-in-1 remote for DEA will emit one long flash followed by a short flash. It means that the code has been copied. However, the remotes will have to be synchronized at all times to be able to work. Their activation counters will have to be in sync. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The original DEA remote worked only on the 5th try. Now it will work every time you press the activation button. Let's do it again, and one more time. That's 3 activations total. Now the copy remote will work only on the 4th try. We call such remotes chasing remotes. They always have to be synchronized. We recommend copying the HCS rolling code only if it is impossible to pair the 2-in-1 remote for DEA with the receiver nominally, like the original DEA remote. This only applies to the HCS rolling code encryption. You can easily copy all fixed DEA codes and even rolling DEA codes if the receiver works in the fixed code mode, that is, without verification of the rolling part of the code. In this case, the copies will not interfere with the original remote, and you can make as many copies as you need.